Today on StreamClass, we're going to show you how to get your camera from looking like this to something more like this. Welcome to StreamClass, where we're going to go over camera details today. So let's actually head over here. And what we'll do is we'll bring this back up, but we'll make it a little smaller so that you can kind of see what we're doing to it at the time that we're doing it. So this is gonna look very weird for one. So I kind of had to fake some effects to be able to get it to work. So kind of the backwards of what we're gonna be doing here today. But basically there's a few different things that you can use. You can use a blur if you feel like your shot may be too sharp. So we'll kind of take this off and kind of look at this. So if you feel like the current view is too sharp, what you can do is to turn on just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit of blur. And you can kind of see how the difference is with it. So that one little bit of blur kind of looks not too drastically different, but you can see that it's still kind of causing kind of like a glamour effect to happen there. Just an ever so slight glamour effect. All right, so obviously both of these are coming from the same camera, so it's not gonna be too crazy of a difference that we're gonna notice. But honestly, what we're looking at right here on this main thing is kind of how a cheap webcam will look. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you watched last week's StreamClass, which you can click the eye icon up there. If you haven't seen it, I'm pointing 3 different ways. It's up there somewhere though, I promise. It goes over the different stream equipment that I had when starting out and how you can benefit from that equipment. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with this here, is having it try its best to replicate a cheap camera. Now, again, we're going to go into color correction here. Ignore the crop. That's just something I'm doing for the sake of this video. But color correction is something that I will not be able to teach you specifically about your camera. You will not be able to have the exact same settings as me. There are no perfect settings. Everything that you have is going to be a factor. The type of webcam you're using, the type of light bulb you're using. And I say that by just the light that I have on my face right now. It is a key light that has different temperatures and everything. So like I can get it to replicate things. So like this is what I normally have it at, but I can get it to go over here, which is going to be a whole different look. I can get it to go all the way up here, which is a different look. I can get it to go in the middle. It's all different looks. And so just depending on your light bulb, it's going to be a factor in regards to how you're going to change your color settings. And then just also your background. What is in your background? Are there different lights in your background or anything like that? That could also cause a change. So what we will do is talk about the different things that you can do that will cause changes. So hue shift is one that we're definitely going to need to take a look at. Hue shift basically is taking the color of it up. So you see now I'm purple, I go over to blue. It just changes the spectrum. Now I'm almost, I don't know, I think I'm sick or something. But you just want to go until the hue matches your skin tone the best, which in this case is going to be a little bit of a cheat code. It's going to be 0 for me because this is set up on the other camera. But so you want it to match your skin tone the best, so you can kind of hold up your hand if need be to kind of get a good match, just to kind of go through that. Contrast is one that you are going to potentially, depending on how expensive your webcam is, it's probably going to be something that you're going to turn down. Now, let me show you what contrast does. So you see the higher up I bring it, I get a little brighter in the face. The lower down I bring it, I'm almost not here now. So you want to find a good balance for you. You know, what is that perfect sweet spot of still being lit, but not being too bright and not being too dark. So you'll find that balance for you. Right now it's going to be this, but you'll see why. Actually, we'll leave it. We'll move it up some. We'll move it up here. Your gamma kind of goes in the same with hue shift. Gamma, so it's as you can see, it's making me really, really bright, but it's also changing the color ever so slightly. And then again, just makes me really, really dark. So just kind of affect that, change it how you need it to change to where it looks perfect for your skin tone. Again, if you need to, hold your hand up so you can see what you need to see. And actually what I'll do is I'll go for a darker look. Let's turn on my studio lights behind me. I'll turn them purple. And we'll go for a darker look. We'll make this like a spooky look. So like that. See, it's darker. It gives me more of a dark vibe. So we've gone through the gamma, we've gone through the contrast. The brightness is going to be where you're going to notice basically everything. So you're either going to have a completely white screen or an almost dark screen. So again, change it to your skin tone, change it to the darkness that you want. I want this to be a little creepy, so I'm going to change it down like to there, but not too much because it looks a little artificial now. So maybe upwards toward here. I have like this weird shadow thing going on now. And then saturation is going to affect how much your skin pops, how much your lights pop, everything that you have going on. So for me, if I want the lights to be really purple back there, I can turn it all the way up. Or if I don't want it to be too purple, you know, or if I want to be black and white, I can turn the saturation all the way down. But see, the further I go in, the further it gets purple and the more that my skin actually looks alive. And so we'll kind of turn it, I want it to actually be a little aggressive for the sake of this. So again, just a nice spooky skin tone situation. I've got shadows going on. I could turn my light down. It would make it even spookier for me. But that's something, again, you're gonna have to play with that on your own to get it to match what you want it to match to. Sometimes I even say like kind of look away or look at, you know, something else on your computer, like a movie or something that's gonna have that good visual of a face, so you can kind of compare and be like, oh well, I want it to look, you know, a little more skin tony compared to this person, so you'll be able to know what to mess with when it comes to that. And then there's a lot of other effects that you can do. Some of these that I have are from just different programs that I have. If you have an NVIDIA video card, you can also do the background removal. And so basically what it does is it tries its best to green screen you. And so now you're here, but you're not in front of all the stuff. It does take a lot of the GPU, but it does work. The more lighting you have on you, the better. But it does definitely do its best to try to work. Hopefully I was able to address everything that you need as far as how to adjust the settings for your camera. If there's any other questions, definitely let me know down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other tips and tricks like this, and I will see you next time.